So how cool is this? Aputure sent me these Infinibars to see what I could do with them. Well, I tell you what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to use them to build a portal, and then I'm going to break into Aputure's LA offices and steal their next big secret light. And I'm going to do it all in the next 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
Thank you so much. All right, whew, glad I made that.
So what's with all the flashing lights?
Heck if I know, this is Aputure. They're always doing something crazy with the lights. So what do you do? Good luck with Story Scrabble.
Story Babble.
Right, one word. Nice guy.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, please hit the like button. I'd like to get this video out to as many people as possible. In this video, I'm not only going to talk about the Infinibars, but I am going to tell you what Aputure is working on, their new lights. Not this light, this is the LS 60X, and it's one of my favorite lights. You can see a review about it there, but you'll watch that later. I'll put that in the descriptions. No, what I'm going to reveal today is what Ted Sim said at the Flex Summit last week, a masterclass put on by Aputure in which they discussed where Aputure is actually headed. But don't skip to the end yet, because learning about these Infinibars will help you understand where Aputure is going. And I want to go over the 10 superpowers that I discovered about these Infinibars in making this short. Now, the Infinibars arrived 2 days before the shoot, so I didn't have a lot of time to get to know them. But I didn't really need to, because the Citus link provides a lot of instant gratification. First, I made a group of all 4 Infinibars, and then I just click the Magic Infinity FX button, and then I get this little icon here, and then I can choose the shape that I'm going to make. In this case, I'm going to make a square or a rectangle, and then I just tell it how many do I have across. Well, right here I have 4 across, and I have 2 up and down, and then all I do is hit the next button, and then all I do is press this button here, and it will tell me which one that is, and then I tell it which one that is, and then I press this one here, it tells me which one that is, and I tell it what it is, and then I go to the next one, and then I go to the next, and then it gives me this representation, and they seem to be moving the right direction, but if they didn't, I could just tap on there, and then the other pixel would change. From there, I get a few things. For example, I can just now hit rainbow and start, and there is my rainbow. If I want to go to some of these other effects, well, then I just have them here. Then I can adjust them right here. But I can also go to the presets here, and then I've saved a preset, and I can hit that, and that became the portal. Now, as thrilled as I was with how easy it was to get these really cool portal effects just within a matter of minutes, I could tell that the infinity effects were kind of limited. But there's a program feature in here where you can actually go in and program a timeline and have control over all of the pixels. This truly is an amazing program where you get simple, quick, and easy effects and also a deep dive. Well, I hope to take a deep dive in the future because I haven't had much time with them yet, but if you subscribe, well, maybe you could learn more about them in the future. Just saying. If you're wondering where I got the music, the sound effects, and even the stock footage for this video, well, I got it all from Artlist. And if you want to use my affiliate link, you can get 2 months free. It's up to you. Now each Infinibar comes with a straight connector, so if you have 4 of them, well, you can make a rectangle or a square. And they just fit in right here like this and kind of snap in, and then you can tighten them using an Allen wrench. You can also attach them off to the side or, of course, off to the other side. And the cool thing about this is that they connect power between them. In fact, from one adapter, you can charge up to 4 feet of these Infinibars. Aputure sells a couple power adapters where you can charge either 18 or 24 feet of Infinibars all at one time. That's pretty awesome. Now, mounting the Infinibar is very easy because it comes with this little tool here, which is a rail system. So anywhere along the line, you can just plug this in. And of course, you can put that up or down the line, just like this. Also, the Infinibars have magnets on the back of them. Well, the 1 foot just has some magnets that don't move, but the 2 foot and the 4 foot, well, these magnets actually slide up and down the whole rail. So we got into the elevator, we realized that there simply wasn't enough light in there. So I used the 1 foot Infinibar and stuck it up with magnets. Now the inside of an elevator had a lot of aluminum in it, so magnets didn't stick everywhere, but the really cool thing about these things is that they have 1/4-20s on each end, so I was able to just put a little clamp on there and just attach it very easily. Now I also used 2 MT Pros in the elevator as well, and if you're wondering how the MT Pro stacks up to the 1 foot Infinibar, well, you can look up there, and if you see a video, well, I've done a comparison. And if you don't see it yet, well, I'm working on that comparison, and you might want to subscribe. Yeah, I'm going to keep asking you to subscribe. Now, Aputure isn't the only one making pixel tubes, but to me, they do it the best. And why? Because there's a couple things you want out of the pixels in a tube. And the first is to be able to dim down very, very low and not be able to see the individual pixels. And this does that very, very well. This is at 0.1%, and that allows you to actually see the different colors in this rainbow. If I were to move this up, well, pretty soon what we would see is you would stop seeing any color at all, and this is only at 20%, and you don't see that rainbow anymore because we're clipping into the camera. And once all 3 RGB lights clip all the way to the top, well, it turns to white in your camera. Now, when I look at it, this looks great, but it doesn't look great on camera. So in short, you need a light that can be super dim where you don't see the individual pixels, but you also want one that can be super bright that you can use as a moving light on set. That brings me to using the Infinibar off camera as a moving light. First, I set up the 4 foot bars to scroll like this. I put 1 on each side of the elevator. That gave a little light in the background that simulated me going down the elevator, even though I was going up. The next effect I used was just this one, this little green light that went across. Oh yes, and if you're purchasing anything from Aputure or Amaran, please use my affiliate link below. I'll get a small cut and you won't pay anything more. And perhaps Aputure will forgive me for stealing their light. Now I want to talk about the third way I use these lights, and that was as actual video lights. We lit the entire secret room scene with Infinibars, and I thought it looked great. I've got an Infinibar up here with a softbox, very nice, and of course I've got a little MC Pro in here, and then I've got some other Infinibars right down here on the floor. They're going to provide my security lights. These bars are not all the way up to 100%. I think they were somewhere around 50%, and they gave off a great light. Now I do want to break in here and give a shout out to the crew of this film. Teo was my cinematographer, and if you're ever in the Phoenix Valley and you're looking for a shooter, he is your man. Mac, my cousin, told me after the shoot that this was his first time as an actor. And if you want to show some love for him, well, just let me know in the comments and I'll let him know. And lastly, my good friend Brian helped me with the script and also served as the sound man.
Is it just me, or does Infinibar sound like the best snack ever? Infinibar. Never hungry again.
Now when Aputure sent me these lights, I also made sure that they sent me some of their modifiers, and this came in really handy because I know that 90% of the time I'll probably just using these Infinibars as lights because I'm not always making science fiction heist movies. This is a nice little box. It's probably not as well designed as their Light Dome Mini 3, for example, but it works great, and it does have an A crate to cut it down even more. It just attaches kind of, well, like this. But the A crate for the 1-foot Infinibar is a lot simpler, and it's actually really well made. Yeah. And there's a similar A crate for the 2-foot and 4-foot version, but I didn't get those. I got the one with the softbox. Next time. Oh, and of course, as with all Aputure lights, it comes with a fantastic case. This includes the rail pin, the adapter, and an Allen key. Everything you need. Aputure didn't cheapen out on anything. Now, after using these lights for a while, it's very clear to me that Aputure has decided to make the best possible bar that it can, and it hasn't cut any corners. The result is, well, it's a little more expensive than other lights. So is it worth it? Do you need it? Well, that depends. If all you need is a little hair or a rim light, well, Amaranth has lights that will do it much cheaper and just as well. But if your vision requires lights moving on set, well, I know of no other light that can produce what this light does. And that makes it incredibly worth it to me. Okay, I now want to talk about where Aputure has told us it is going in the future. At the recent Aputure Flex event in Hollywood last week, Ted Sid, co-founder and president of Aputure, took the stage and announced a number of things. First, its commitment to environmental lighting. Now, if you don't know what environmental lighting is, well, neither did I until I watched this Aputure event, where Tim Kang explained it in about 45 minutes. Well, we've all known that you can use the Sidus Link app, for example, to pick a color, and then the color will change. But environmental light goes far beyond just picking the color of your lights. It's using a video source to actually put onto the subject the light that is being seen. In other words, placing your talent inside of an environment with lots of different lights. Another way to think about it is that you could take a video and bring that into the software and then create your own pixel effects. Pixel effects that give you exactly what you want because you shot them. This is going to bring a whole new level to the pixel effects in these Infinibars. Oh, and if you are buying anything from Aputure and Amaranth, please use my affiliate links. It would help me out a lot and it wouldn't cost you any more money. In the meantime, I highly recommend that you watch Tim Kang's demonstration in this masterclass right over here. And if you don't see that masterclass over there, well, they haven't posted it yet, so just hit the subscribe button and I'll let you know when it comes out. Hey, thanks for stopping by.